Welcome back, students, on this online lecture series of electron diffraction, part 2. I am Dr. Reenu Nair, Assistant Professor in DP Wipro College, Bilaspur. Now we are going to talk about Varro's equation, some measurement techniques for electron diffraction, and structures, determination of gas phase molecules, and important application of electron diffraction, that means low energy electron diffraction. Now we will discuss about the Varro's equation. When a beam of electron strike a surface of molecule, two type of collision may be occur. First is elastic scattered collision, and another is inelastic collision. Elastic collision produce atomic and molecular coherent scattered, and whereas inelastic collision results in incoherent scattered. When electrons pass through a double slit and strike a screen behind the slit, an interference pattern of bright and dark band is formed on the screen. This proves that electrons act like waves, at least while they are propagating through the slit and to the screen. There are two types of collision produced when a beam of electron strike on the surface of the molecule. One is elastic collision, which is produce atomic and molecular coherent scattering, and other is non-elastic collision produced incoherent scattering. Atomic coherent scattering and incoherent scattering both are responsible for the steeply falling appearance of concentric ring on the photographic plate due to the molecular coherent scattering. When the molecule consists of a number of atoms, we sum over the contribution for all pairs and find that the total intensity has an angular variation given by the Varro's equation. This is the intensity expression. Lambda is equal to wavelength of the electron, theta, that is the scattering angle, f scattering factor for electrons, which is measure for the of the intensity of electron scattering power of the atom. So Varro's equation shows the appearance of different patterns caused by the molecule in the path of electron beam. Intensity can be calculated only at discrete, equally spaced value of scattering angle. Varro's equation does not allow the direct calculation of internuclear distance from the measurement of intensity at various value of uh, diffraction angle. So we can see the Varro's equation, a formula for the intensity of an electron beam scattered through a specified angle by diffraction from the molecule in a gas. If a molecule consists of a number of atoms, then we can calculate the total intensity by the Varro's equation. It shows the appearance of diffraction pattern caused by molecule in the path of the electron. This is the expression of Varro's equation, intensity of Varro's equation, where I0 intensity at diffraction angle, K the experimental constant, Fi that is the factor of atom I, and Pij probability distribution of vibrational variation in the distance between atom I and J, and Rij distance between ith and jth atom, S equal to 4 pi upon lambda sine theta upon 2. It is the scattering angle is in independence of the wavelength. Equation when we equation 2 is modified, so we get Vij is equal to d by r minus Rij. This is the equation number 3. Equation 3 indicating the interatomic distance to be constant, and thus the molecule is said to be rigid. Now replace the form factor Fi by the atomic property Ai in this equation 2. So we get this expression in the form of intensity. Let us see the measurement techniques of electron diffraction. It consists of following essential component, that is electron gun, sample holder, and luminescent screen. Electron gun, it is produced electrons which is interact on the sample and produce rays on luminescent screen like a ring or a spot. It involves generation of electrons by a hot filament made accelerated by applying potential difference of about 40,000 volts passes of electrons passing through the sample. As the result, it gets diffracted, and the effect is seen to the luminescent screen in the form of concentric. This experiment involves directing a beam of electrons through the carbon target, scattering the electrons, and analyzing the pattern produced on a luminescent screen. Apparatus we will use in this diffraction of electrons. First we will discuss the electron gun. The heater, cathode and anode make up the electron gun. Electrons are produced by heating a filament that is located inside an oxide coated metal called the cathode. Electrons are ejected by thermionic emission from this heated piece of metal. Once emitted, the electrons are accelerated by two pairs of anode rings. We can apply an adjustable acceleration potential approx 2000 to 4000 volt DC with the kilovolt power supply between the cathode and anode. This accelerates electrons to form an electron beam. The beam will have kinetic energy equal to the change in electric potential energy if beam velocity is non-relativistic. So we have at the anode. This is the systematic diagram of the electron diffraction. Another apparatus we will use carbon target. As the electron beam passes into the anode, it strikes a very fine nickel screen which holds vaporized graphite. The carbon suspension acts as a polycrystal, which means that the carbon consists of a large number of microcrystals that are randomly oriented. This allows us to sample all possible angles of incidence without changing the direction of the electron beam. If electrons act like a wave, different atomic planes will produce constructive interference, and resulting electron diffraction pattern will consist of concentric rings. And luminescent screen, after leaving the target, diffracted electrons travel a certain distance and strike a phosphor screen. The screen is excited by the electrons, allowing to see the pattern made by the scattered electrons. Since the screen is inside a sphere, you should use a flexible ruler to take measurement of the screen. Now make sure all power is off before making any connection. Connect the electron diffraction tube to the power supply as shown in previous figure. Connect the multimeter between the anode and the positive side of high voltage power supply. Set the multimeter to its current scale and turn it on. Make sure the high voltage supply is set to its minimum, turn on the power and wait for 1 minute for the cathode to reach a stable temperature. Now we will learn an important part, elucidation of structure of simple gas phase molecule. It is a part of application of electron diffraction. So determination of structure of gaseous molecule is one of the most important application by the electron diffraction technique. We can determine the geometrical arrangement of the atoms from which a molecule is built up. So many molecular structures have been determined by electron diffraction method. Diffraction of electrons by gaseous molecule on the depends upon the distance between the atom in a molecule. These studies are useful for evolution bond length and bond angle in simple gaseous molecule. The accuracy of bond length observed from electron diffraction studies is comparable to that observed from X-rays diffraction studies for simple molecule. The number of electron diffraction rings observed is usually much less than the number of X-rays diffraction spots observed in the X-rays crystal study. This shows that problems lie in the path of structure determination by electron diffraction. When the number of atoms in a molecule increases, the reliable information such as spacing of the resolved diffraction ring is not enough to evaluate all the necessary structural parameters. Now we will learn the structural study of some compounds like nickel carbonyl and AlCl3. We can find out the structure of nickel carbonyl. The internuclear distance of a nickel and carbon bond and carbon and oxygen bond distances have been found to be 182 pm and 115 pm respectively. Resonance structure of nickel carbonyl, in which nickel and carbon bond partake of single and double bond character. Carbon and single bond length indicate type of tetrahedral disposed about the nickel atom in nickel carbonyl. AlCl3 present in dimeric form and it is containing two tetrahedral showing an edge. It is at the center being surrounded by chlorine atom occupying the corner of the tetrahedral. The accuracy of bond length obtained from electron diffraction study is comparable to that obtained from X-rays diffraction studies for a simple molecule. Now we will discuss about the LEED. It means low energy electron diffraction. Low energy electron diffraction is one of the most informative techniques for determining the arrangement of atom uh, close to the surface. In this technique, we use of low energy about 10 to 200 electron volt. Electrons corresponding to wavelength in the range 100 to 400 pm ensure that the diffraction is caused only by atom or and close to the surface. In this slide, the experimental arrangement used for low energy electron diffraction experiment consists of a sample container, electron gun, grid and phosphor screen. The electron diffracted by the surface layer are detected by the fluorescence they produce on the phosphor screen. Structure of the surface on solid of low energy electron diffraction pattern portrays is two-dimensional structure. It is also possible to measure the thickness of surface layer and to In first, some details about the vertical location of the atoms by studying the diffraction intensity, which depends on the energy of the electron beam. Some important points about low energy electron diffraction. Sharp patterns are obtained for surface order to depth of 20 nanometer to more. Diffuse low energy electron diffraction pattern shows the poorly ordered surface and the presence of impurities. It can be used to access the defect density of the surface. The pattern is affected by the presence of traces, steps, and kinks in the surface. The sample can be obtained by cleaning a crystal at different angle to a plane of atom. Now is time to think about what you have learned and use your mind to find answer of these questions. Explain word diffraction. In the gaseous molecule, diffracted electrons are dependent on the dash. Low energy electron diffraction pattern is on the solid surface. Is it three-dimensional or two-dimensional? What will be required the accelerating potential difference and wavelength of for diffracted electrons? If the molecule consists of a number of atoms, then how can we measure its intensity? There are some references related to electron diffraction. It will be helping for your reading and studying. Thank you.